Good evening. This is the Underrated Darkness. Welcome to my channel. Um, Welcome to my channel, the Underrated Darkness. Make sure the bell's lit. Please check the description box for the links and also the hashtags that I created. Share this stream throughout social media. EDG, what's good, family? Thanks for coming. Um, Also, Let's get them likes and the views up. The past ones I did an all-star panel not too long ago. It ended. LDBC, I had Stormy B. I had The Sugar. I had Townhouse Boxing. And also J&J. And it was a bomb. We talk about boxing and other stuff. I want y'all, I'm gonna post that in a few minutes. Check that out. It's gonna be basic dinner. I did not cook tonight. You know, I'm gonna show you what I got. But I did not cook tonight. So let you know right now, because I didn't do none of that. So bought me a little something, let it hold there and everything. So we waiting for some more people to come in. Shout out to the LDBC. We handpicked the panel tonight. Salute to you, brother.
Could man endure?
Waiting some more people to come in. That's what I did earlier. Check that out. Waiting for some more people to come in. John Brooks, what's good? Thank you so much. Thank you. Shout out to you. Yeah, smash the like button. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Amen. The artist devil. All right, thanks a lot, artist devil. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Be safe. Wait, some more people to come in. I usually cook, but not tonight. Still waiting, family. Still waiting. I see. You see, it's working real slow tonight. But usually when people start to come, don't come in bunches. Just waiting. It's been a pretty good week. Just waiting, family. Just waiting. Also, I got dessert too. Just waiting for some more people to come in. I'll be back, fam. I'll be back. I'm sorry, I had myself muted. Could you hear me? Say yes or no. Press one, you can hear me, Queen, who I am. Excuse me. Press one, you can hear me. Okay, no, I was talking, but I muted myself by mistake. I don't know. Nitty G is in there. In the chat. John Brooks always hit me a light, and he leaves. Artist Devil did the same thing. I don't know where everybody at. I don't know. I'm still waiting. I didn't cook tonight. I didn't feel like cooking tonight, but I got something. I'm gonna show it. Okay. We need Queen I am. Give me a call. Gotta talk. But I'm still waiting. I guess it's YouTube. Okay. Yeah. That's probably what it is, because they probably getting their notification by what that. They're like 8:30. I mean, one time I think you was in. I mean, one time people said they got their notification like an hour, almost an hour. No, I'll wait. Oh, I see. How you doing? Yeah, this thing is. Oh, how you feel? I see. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything okay with you. Nothing wrong with that. I just wish you the best. Think about doing the same thing too. Oh, reliable. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, well, that's part of my dinner. I will show that in a few minutes. I'm not cooking tonight. Don't feel like it. Oh, reliable as always. Salute to you, brother. Which one I see? Which live you talking about? And I got dessert tonight too. Yeah, they make oh Gab, okay, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I was on a little bit. Hey, what's going on, Scrapbook? What's good with you? You want to get on the panel? Scrapbook, you want to get on the panel? Thanks for coming. Oh, Scrapbook, man, you missed a nice one today. Oh, yeah, you missed one. You missed today, bro. Monster. Y'all. LDBC represent. Y'all. Okay. Mm. Okay. Well, if you want to get on later on, let me know. I'll be here for a while. I'm gonna be on for a while. I'll see if you want to get on. It's up to you. Yeah, we must come together. We as one. Yeah. Some people they just got. I ain't, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna talk that into existence, man. But you're right. Absolutely, I agree. Okay, it's cool. So I'm thinking about taking me a little hyenas too. Ain't my first. Ain't my first gonna be last. Tell you that much. Yeah, just let me know if you want to jump on tonight. You can or wait another time. Uh, yeah. They are just some odd people want to be around rotten seeds. Association. Want to take the part of the conversation and make it right instead of hear the whole thing. Tired of BS, yo. Don't take no some no. I hope you don't take no hyenas from me, Queen, who I am. What's up, Monica Mo Justice? Hold on, I'm gonna get yours for you. Dang, I'm hand picking tonight. Monica Justice is a single link. Come on, excellent live. You did single link. No doubt, scrap outs. Maybe scrapbook, no doubt. You definitely link up. Okay, no problem. I hate Queen who I am. I hate you. Okay. Okay, no problem, Monica. I send it to you anyway. Don't know, sweetie. Don't know. Still thinking about it. Always salute to you, brother. Be safe, man. You and your family be safe, man. All right. Waiting for some more people to come. Getting hungry, fam, so I'm just snacking. No, I'm gonna show you my food, y'all. What I'm eating. God, since it's gonna take a little time, they coming. $7-Eleven sandwich, barbecue sauce. I mean barbecue chips, and in a cup, Pepsi. That's all I'm having for tonight. Yeah, that's what I mean tonight. Have you seen the Queen who I am? Press one, you said. Press one, yes. Press two, no. I'll be back. No, I said, have you seen my food, Queen? Who I am? There he is, Stormy B, man. What's good, family?
Hey man, what's going on?
All right, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. I was just sitting here watching one of my Hong Kong movies, man. This movie is off the chain.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to disturb you.
No, 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 you're not disturbing me. It's like I was trying to put the movie on pause and answer the call at the same
Oh, word. Okay.
time.
Yo, that was a banging live we did not too long ago. Mhm.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the participation. I enjoyed the interaction with everybody.
Yeah, I posted in the chat. So what he talking about is in the chat. None but LDBC, and even some people interacting and everything. We had a little trouble here at the end, but we took care of that. But it's all good.
Yeah,
Well,
excellent. Excellent.
okay. So what we do, like, I wait for like more people to come. It usually be quite a few people in here, but I know sometimes YouTube is. I usually go show them up. I didn't cook tonight. I'm saying right now, I did not cook. So I went to 7-Eleven, got a sandwich, some chips and a soda. I showed that. Then I usually sometimes I have a dessert. Sometimes I don't. But what I usually do, I have a conversation. We have a conversation. Everybody interact. Like usually the ones on the panel and even in the chat. And then maybe an hour after that, I ask them again how many ones. I says give me 5 ones. They give me 5 ones, and I show my dessert. We keep the conversation going.
Yeah,
That's how I do it. So,
it's all good.
so I'm gonna wait for some more people. Show my food and everything. I know YouTube is slow tonight.
Yeah.
But I start at 8 o'clock. It's like 8:39, like 39 minutes. Usually it be half the people here, but you know, don't leave it like that.
Yeah, how many links you send out?
I send Kirk one out, and I see another Queen out. Other ones I can't really get, but I'm gonna send Kirk another one. I want Kirk to get on here. Yeah, yeah, but we talk about. Oh,
Hold on one second. I'm drop.
uh,
Okay, we're good now.
uh,
I
yeah.
have I have two devices going. I got my laptop and my tablet. And the call I answered on was on my tablet. It was easier for me to do that than my laptop. So that's what that
Okay.
problem was.
How about okay?
I'm one of them people. I use multiple devices, that way I can keep myself going.
Mhm.
While something is charging or I got a low charge on one, I hook up the charge, that way I could stay in effect.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One day, man, I want you to come to my channel. You be my special guest. I could chop it up with you on the darkest round table. So tell people the people know more about you. All right, what you think about that?
Oh, that's fine, man. That's fine, and I have no problem. Only thing is that me, I'm the boxing guy. I can talk boxing all day. In some other areas and subjects, I might be limited, but
No, no, no,
if
no, no,
if it's
no, no.
boxing, I'm
Okay.
the man.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just leave it to me. Man. It's not gonna be like no interview. Ain't gonna be no interview like wait, nah, it's not gonna be like that. Ask you questions, you gonna chop it up, you know what I'm saying? You married and stuff, ask you that, your kids, stuff like that, what things you into and stuff like that. And then we how you get into the boxing, we can do it like that.
Yeah, but like I said, I like to keep it pretty much the boxing because, behind the scenes, if you develop, associations and stuff like that, that's cool. But on the airwaves, I want people to really know what I'm out there for. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to get into a thing where it's like, it gets personal to a person say, well, I don't like this guy for this, or I don't like this guy for that, or I can't support this. I don't try to get too deep into that kind of personal angle because that's what separates people. When I was talking on the chat the other day, not the chat, on the panel the other day, whose site was we on? We was on, it wasn't World Breaker, it was somebody else's. It'll come to me in a minute. But we were talking about how certain idealisms separate people, right? And one of the things that keeps people separated when you're talking about, like, let's use boxing for example. Nowadays, they keep talking about the purses of the fighters. So now they even got the fans buying into the narrative that a certain fighter don't have to fight another fighter if he don't make XYZ as far as the money on the table. I'm like, when the hell did that come in?
Right.
We're talking about the fighters. We want to see the best fighting the best. And as long as someone is proven, they'll earn their keep, But if it's someone is unproven, but just because they have a certain type of a record, that doesn't equate to the dollars. So what the narrative should be is to push for the fight. We're not pushing for their purses because their purses don't affect us. We're the one that contribute to their purses. So it's like, why should we be trying to fight for someone to make more money? Like, people when AJ was going back and forth with Wilder, whether it was the real deal on the 50 million or not or whatever, people were like, well, he should take the 50 million. Oh, he shouldn't take the 50 million. It should be 60-40. It should be this. It should be that. I want to see the damn fight. You know what I mean? It's like, at the end of the day, those guys are getting way more money than I'm making in my life. So it's like, I just want to see the competition in the sport. And when you get sidetracked with the things like the purses, guess what? That gives them even more reason not to fight each other. And the casuals don't even understand that now. So they look at it and then they say, well, I'm on this side, I'm on that side. He's the A side, he's the B side. Walls being built up, but people not even understanding why they have the differences. And the differences are basically on small things, but big enough to keep people separated. That's why I was trying to say in my video from last night why we should celebrate Clarissa Shields' accomplishments. It's because of what she brings to the table, how she goes about her business, and she's real and her feet are on the ground. That's what you should love and support. If a person gets off on that other end and they start talking like me, and this and that, then it's time to kind of take a step back and say, hey, what's going on here? But as long as they're properly representing, I have no problem giving 100% support behind that. Just like I do with Deontay Wilder. Same thing with him. He's a real champion. He's a people's champion. And if people can't see that, it's only because they're blinded by these other things that have been put out there in their way to not understand what's important and what's actually relevant.
Got you. Hi, Monica. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you? You can hear me?
Let me show you. Let me show you what I didn't cook tonight, so I went to 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
Yeah, I went to 7-Eleven. Yeah.
You was on the YouTube all day. That's why you couldn't cook.
No. I didn't feel like cooking. I didn't.
Man, what is that? A sandwich?
Yep. But I got dessert though. I got dessert waiting though. I gotta hook it up.
You hooked up dessert? Okay.
Hook up dessert. I got your name. Got your name on it, Monica. I hook it up.
You don't got my name on the dessert. What you calling it? Educated lame?
Monica, see, you gonna make this. See, I'm trying to be. Yeah, educated lame. Nah, I'm not saying no educated lame, no damn dessert. Now you playing yourself now. My shit is the solver.
The solver.
The solver. Smack motherfuckers in their head. Shut up. Clap. Eat that. Well, nah, yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Stormy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How's it
Introduce yourself.
I'm sorry. I forgive my manners.
Nah. Oh, yo, Stormy B. I'm telling you, if you would have known, doggone, I wish I had me some damn liquor. I ain't lying. Drink with this.
What's that, green tea?
I wish it was.
It looked green. It looked green from over here.
Manga, you gonna get on me, but I take it. It's Pepsi. I'm this ghetto tonight. I'm not there. Man, know right now.
Oh, you doing a Pookie and Ray Ray meal? Okay.
Yeah. I'm Pookie and Ray. Yeah, look, Monica. I'm Pookie and Ray, educated one. If you look at my channel is diverse.
Hey, man, what kind of sandwich is that from 7-Eleven, man?
I talk about boxing. I talk about music. I'm talking about things. So I live somewhere like in the hood and half suburban. So I'm Pookie. I'm a New York Pookie, West in Virginia. All right.
What kind of sandwich is that from 7-Eleven, bro?
And that good old time, man. It tastes like doggone you. I ain't lying. And also you can tell this from a Chinese store. This Pookie shit right here.
Yo, but all right, I'm not even gonna mess with you because I don't even know what Ray Ray eats.
No, this Pookie Ray right here, all together. Then after that, you know what I mean? You can see, see what you get. But see, I know what's going on. See, that's a big difference, brothers. Your brothers need to stop thinking that you're better than somebody else and start working among each other. Stop thinking like, because I know what She Stay Sleep is talking about. And then you got this lame motherfucker. Come get this smoke, homie. You come after me, you're going to lose. Letting you know right now. Then you want to record and want to hear what the fuck you want to hear. That's what your lame, educated motherfuckers do. Y'all don't like to hear the whole picture. Dumb man.
Yo, that was interesting enough. I was shocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, Margaret. I do want to get them with Stormy B. And it's going to show that we still let capital value more than character, and they don't even see the motherfucker. They don't even see it.
Well, I didn't really see. I didn't gather that there was the educated lames equated to upper class.
Yep. I don't know.
I didn't get that understanding. You understand? Because they did a lot of comparing themselves to Pookie and Ray Ray. If I'm in an upper class, I'm not comparing myself to the lower classmen. I'm just sorry. So,
right, I understand. Right, this is what I'm saying about damn status. I did 1, 2, 3. I believe I did 4. Go look for it. I'll be breaking shit down. You don't want it on the rate. Y'all letting status get in the way to talk about money. Y'all talk about, oh yeah, I this and that. Then all of a sudden, but what? But I'm saying like this. Oh, if this person did certain thing in the community, they deserve to be in there. But yeah, that's everybody's circumstance is different. Again, we don't think of the bigger picture. So you know what that means? That means you eating out of the damn devil's table, and y'all so damn clueless. Y'all don't even get y'all don't know what I'm talking about. And you wonder why the underrated ones do not go on these damn panels.
Oh, I wouldn't go on those panels either. Cause you're labeling yourself. You have to accept that you'd have had to accept one of those identities.
I ain't said shit.
Yeah,
End of the day, I'm a black. At the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, I'm a black man. At the end of the day, I'm part of African family. At the end of the day, we do have problems that we need to solve together. So if these motherfuckers don't think that they don't think themselves as a bigger picture, y'all got to deal with the problem. I don't. I'm still gonna do what I have to do to help our community. That's it. They just, and then they want to play, record it. Oh, they up in their feelings. Oh, this and that and everything. You know, you wear panties or something. You were going to record and everything. And please don't come to me that you want to come gangster to me. Come on now. Excuse me, that ain't gonna work either. And that's the reason why our brotherhood is not working, because some of us as brothers, you can get on the Stormy B if you want. Some of us as brothers, I'm doing this, but you don't know what this person doing. You don't have a clue. That person, you see, this is the thing that people fail to understand. Like us as a people, there are some people gain opportunities faster than others. But it doesn't mean the one that gain opportunities slow. It doesn't mean that they have the message that they ain't doing something. It's taking a little time. And they want to know these women like Pookies and Rays. Well, let's be honest. At times the Pookies and the Rays is the movement shakers. While the lame ones want to be.
Y'all have to forgive me. If I don't know what that subject is all about.
We didn't know either.
I'm just kind of
listening,
we didn't
but
know.
Well, listen, trust us, bro. We didn't know. I'm damn sipping on damn Pepsi, and I still forget what damn Pepsi tastes like. I ain't lying.
We didn't know. At least I didn't. I really didn't know what a Pookie was, what a Ray Ray was, and what an Educated Lane was. And then after seeing it reveal itself, I was wondering, like, why would any man want to fall into any of those name groups and like claim it so proudly? But it is what it is.
Hey, Monica, you got an echo going. You got two devices?
No.
There's an echo, like a delayed echo behind when you speak.
Is it now? Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, it's there slightly.
It's all right. No, but I don't know, B. I know about labels. I hear it too, but it like as you know, Monica, I have man's talk, right? Every Friday. So I'm saying like this: if you have issues of any man, you could come to man's talk. As long as you be respectable, we could talk things out and see the solution. But how none of them don't want to do that. So that means you into yourself, you into what you want to do, and you want to be with selected one. That means you want to be part of the popularity club. So you know what I say to that? Don't come here and complain. That's what I look at. Nisa says, "Oh, when you call and this and that." Uh, for me, I like this, yo. Listen.
Did you have any of those gentlemen on your platform before?
None. Only she stay sleep. She stay sleep. You see, she stay sleep. Brother Rob. Sometimes Gab. Art. Yeah. Those. Let me see. Who else? There go she stay sleep right there. That's about it. And Tony Smith. Other than that, they don't come to my they ain't come here. What's going on? She stay sleep.
What's good? What's going on? Shout out to everybody. What's going on?
I'm keeping it ghetto today. I went to 7-Eleven, got a sandwich, barbecue chips, and then in a Chinese cup I got some Pepsi. I do have dessert later on.
What kind of sandwich is that? It look like a combination of everything I don't want.
It's a ghetto sandwich, yo.
Was that salami?
Yeah, that's salami. Yeah, salami. Pepperoni, all like that.
Pepperoni.
Old school choke sandwich.
Dang, you went for all the stuff. Salami, pepperoni.
She stay asleep, man. I call this the Pookie and Ray Ray dinner.
Oh, man. Y'all gonna keep that shit going too, man.
No, we don't let
Nah, we is over it.
Yeah, that shit is totally counterproductive, man. It's so much other shit that could be discussed. That shit is counterproductive, man.
Yeah, but you do realize that they're taking your recording now, and they just
they're good. I'm glad they're doing that. Yeah, good job. You ain't on your best. Good. I mean, they could do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? They could do whatever they want. You know, it's end of the day, it's bringing more attention to my platform. So, you know, and that's not the only thing I talk about. So, I mean, you know, let them suit themselves. You know, I'm happy. Keep talking about it.
You know, having watched you in real time yesterday, I understood. I believed I had a understanding as to the position you formulated and how you was articulating it. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you that once they were playing it back in their context, I was disturbed.
Of course. Of course. And that's, you know, that's the power of perception. And notice, but see, if you notice, he was playing sound bites.
Oh, I know. I was there in real time.
And not only was he just playing sound bites, he also said out of his mouth, he only listened to 20 minutes of the stream. So he missed a whole, maybe another 50 minutes of me talking about something else. Mm-hmm. So he think I actually made that stream for guys like him. This is why I call guys like that lame. Because in order for you to only listen to 20 minutes out of an hour and something stream and then generalize, come up with a general perspective to say that this is what I decided to talk about, shows that you're lame. It shows that you're lame. And it also shows that you're not as intelligent as you're portraying yourself to be. Because how could you take an hour video and formulate an opinion of a person in 20 minutes?
Right.
I don't think intelligent people mind work like that. I thought you would actually listen to the entire stream and then formulate an opinion. That's what I would do. You know, that's what guys that I know who are considered Pookies and Ray Rays, that's what they do. This is why I told them earlier, there's no such thing as an educated lame. Either you're lame or you're not. You're not lame because you're educated. I'm educated. I'm just not lame. Because he kept trying to say, well, if you're educated, then why you keep saying y'all instead of saying us? Because I'm not lame. I'm not lame. That's why.
Well, yeah. They definitely proved otherwise in the fact of education in their context didn't equate to being intelligent.
And in my stream, I talked about that. And this is why the conversation gets reduced to vagina. Because once they see that they're not as intelligent as they think they are when they talking to a Pookie or a Ray Ray, and they can't outsmart them or outwit them, then they get mad and they have the female argument. Now they mad at the black women because the black women want to deal with the guys, you know, who are of a certain ilk. So then they get mad at the black women. I mean, come on, man. This is all, crybaby stuff, man. Like I said, don't touch my ball. It's my ball. I'm gonna take my ball and go in the house. That's really what it is. What they're saying when they try to shame black women into liking them. That's lame. like that is the epitome of lame. Like you're trying to shame this woman into liking you. Well, look, he made you a baby mama. Pick me. I'm not gonna leave you. That's lame.
Right. Get on your knees begging me, please. Lame.
Women see that as lame.
Right.
Why can't you just accept that? That has nothing to do with your education. No, nothing. Nothing to do with your education.
Nope.
But you're lame, dog. That's the problem. See, what they was trying to do to me today, they was trying to make it seem like I had a problem with them being educated and having a problem with them making choices to have a better shot and to do better things in life. And like I told them, y'all are totally wrong. Y'all are not talking to the quintessential nigga. Because like I said, I went to school. Like I said, my 13-year-old son is a nerd. And I don't encourage him to listen to hip hop. I tell him, listen to what you want to listen to. Listen to what you like. And embrace who you are. So what if the kids are going to school and they know all the Yo Gotti songs and you don't know them? Like what you like. Be around guys like you. See? So by YouTube definition, my son will be considered an educated lame. And what a lot of these dudes don't know, these lame dudes, is the Pookies and Ray Rays, like the rap guys that made it, like your Nipsey Hussles and your Jay-Z's and all of them, they're pushing their children to become educated lames. They're not pushing their kids back to the streets, to destroy the community like y'all claim black men are destroying the community. Like we brought drugs to the community. Like we bought cigarettes and alcohol and fake religion and all of that. Like we put all that in the hood. They say that Pookies and Ray Rays is destroying the hood. Right. We're destroying the hood.
We are.
No, we're using what's available to us. We didn't create this situation for ourselves. But they don't want to have that conversation.
No.
They don't want to have that conversation.
What are they still doing in the hood, though?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they still be in the hood. A lot of them still be in the hood. Number one, because a lot of these, lame guys, a lot of them got children out of wedlock and children with multiple women also. But they like to say that's a Pookie and Ray Ray trait. But a lot of them got multiple kids by multiple women. Because they first baby mama was from the projects. So they got to go see their oldest kids who live in the projects. A lot of them are like that. See, they not going to say that, though. They're not going to say that.
Yeah, and those are the same
They're
ones.
They're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, and those are the same motherfuckers. You don't see them during the day. They like to sneak their ass up in the night and leave for the morning so nobody will not see their state gases.
Telling you. And another reason why they still in the hood, one, they got kids in the hood. Two, they're shopping for vagina.
Right.
They're vagina shopping.
They creeping.
They're vagina shopping. That's what they're doing. That's why they in the hood still. They ain't in the hood building no businesses, giving nothing back, teaching no young black boys to be like them. And not to be a Pookie and Ray Ray. It's better to be like me. See, they need to be convincing young black men that instead of trying to convince grown-ass women. Won't you convince young black men to accept men like you? And I did a stream about this. One of my first streams was about this on my channel. It's called Redefining Cool. We need to make the stuff that the lame guys do, like they go out and become VPs at Apple and all of that. That's what we need to be pushing our sons to be doing. I'm not against that. They think I'm against that. Shit, I would love for my son. My son is going to coding school this summer. We putting him in a coding program. You love video games, right? You're gonna make one of your own. So, like, I don't be getting these dudes arguments. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to establish brotherhood. Let's make the connection. Because that's what the brothers in hip hop is doing. That's what Jay-Z is doing with all these brothers. He's the bridge. He's the connection to that corporate bag. That's why all those guys is around Jay. He got Rick Ross around him. He got Yo Gotti around him. He just had Nipsey Hussle around him. He got LeBron James around him. Look at these guys who he got around him. He got Young Jeezy around him. T.I. All these guys learned from Jay-Z. Because he was the spook that sat by the door, who kept the door cracked so the homies could come through. And when you come through, you better be ready. Because if you fuck up, we kicking you to the curb. That's how Jay-Z rock. So like I told the brother on the panel, nobody's telling you to hire black men to risk your own business. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. But is the door open for that? Is the opportunity there? That's the problem. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all are saying that it's okay for us not to have opportunity. Why would you say that? you know? Like, why can't we have opportunity? And if we choose not to take it, then you could say what you say.
You see how well you're spoken right now? I know it's hard when you on the panels with the distractions, but you got to spend more time getting that out. I got an echo. I'm going to come back from my phone.
All right.
Continue on without me. I'll be right back.
Okay, Monica.
Maybe that's a fair assessment. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. It's just, anybody anybody that know me, even on YouTube, even in my real life, like they know like stuff like this is what I'm passionate about. That's why I can respect Obsidian. You know why? Because Obsidian doesn't talk about repairing the Black community.
Right.
He doesn't care about it. He said, let it burn. You know why I respect that? Because I know where that man stands. And every man should have a stance on something. And he should stand on it. So I got to respect him for that. So I can't expect him to say certain things or hold him accountable for certain things that he say, because he don't speak on the Black community. But these other dudes who was up there earlier, who keep complaining about the Black community, but ain't doing nothing, that's the problem.
That is the problem. But
Pookie and Ray Ray ain't complaining about the Black community. You know why? Because they trying to do shit to get out of it, to come back and help it. But the ones who already done made it out, y'all already there. Y'all done made it out. Now, if y'all still have a problem what's going on there, come back and do something. If you're not gonna do anything, just shut the fuck up. And let's move on. And let's deal with the people who's willing to do something. Period. That's how we smash all that argument. If you're not going to do nothing, if you feel like it's not your obligation, shut up. That's it. Just shut up.
But that's why. Am I still having an echo, or is it clear now?
It's clear.
Monica.
Okay. So the way to defeat these guys, though, on these panels, is you gotta go in. Like when it's your turn, you gotta go in, like segueing in some stupidity that they started with, but then make your good talking, make your good point. Because I think you had a lot to bring to the discussion. And when you're underdogged up there, like everybody up there, you knew that was a panel about the educated people, the educated lanes were being represented. So you coming in as an underdog, you gotta do like a quick hit and then get your point out, because you were already outnumbered. So the next person up to speak was gonna be somebody from the other from their position. Each person that was getting an opportunity to speak after you was coming from their position. So you had to make your point hit harder.
I understand. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. And in a debate forum, I definitely will have to have my joint structured for that. So I agree with that. But I just, me, I just come from a standpoint of I'm not really hell bent. Like, y'all heard me say it on the panel, man. Y'all dudes are hell bent on being right. I let niggas be right, man. When you want to be right, I let you be right, dog, because I'm not going to argue with somebody who's going to constantly just want to be right. Like, there is no solution with a person who want to be right. Notice they offered no solutions. There were none. I offered a solution. My solution was for us brothers to come together. Let's build on what are the things we agree on. Let's build on that. Let's stop building on what separates us, what keeps us separated. But what I learned today was those guys want to be separate because they said it out of their mouth. We are different from you guys. We're not you guys. We're different from y'all. We're not the same. We're not the same black men as y'all. We can't, you can't lump us all up. So I learned that today, man, those guys are not for brotherhood. They're for their own brotherhood. But brotherhood amongst black men, you know, is not a reality for those guys.
No. And I can tell you why, because they said in their own ways. I've been saying this for a long time. And you know, I said the only way us as black men that we gonna have a strong brotherhood, each of us gotta know each other's value. And it's the sad thing about it that we don't want to know each other's value because we let in the money and the prestige to get in the way of the bigger picture. So what I seen today, and I've been seeing this for over 30 years, you got a lot of brothers out here that been acting on a half a goddamn picture. And so when you act on I tell my God kids this all the time. If you want to know the whole picture, you guys see the whole picture. You just cannot take one half picture and you figure, oh yeah, I know it. No, because you're losing out on the other side, the other half too. And see, a few of us, we don't want to come to that reality of the whole picture because you know why? Because like I said before, we don't put in our mindset. We don't let the reality comes in form with us. We don't want to do that because we let that money, let that prestige. And then when they feel, oh, I got it made and everything, and then they want to, I didn't mean to get off subject, but then they want to talk about capital and stuff like that, is the money is really triggered down to our community to really help. And then come to find out, you giving it back to the ones that the rest of us trying to fight so to keep the money in our community, to build more schools, to have more black businesses, you know, to have more stable black family lives. You know what I'm saying? So our kids would know. But go to show, they don't want to do the work. They just don't. Welcome, Gab. Welcome, Gab, the voice in our community, and brother Rob, the educator in our community. Welcome to the panel.
Peace, bros. Peace.
Peace, bro.
Peace, family. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Good. You can go first, Gab.
Oh, okay. Was it a question?
No, we just talking.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to the discussion. I was typing in the chat that I believe eventually it's like a marriage, man, that you've been in for a long time, where you thought you was listening to your wife or your girlfriend, but you wasn't. You thought you both of y'all thought y'all understood who each other was, but you didn't. And eventually you're forced to engage in conversation continuously until you heard, and then those moments come in there. Oh, damn, bro, I wasn't, I thought this is what has happened to me. And I don't know if it came with, I don't know how I'm able to hear something slightly different than what I've been hearing on really both sides of the aisle. But I can hear a little bit of what both sides want, and both sides are making clear and evident points, but there's a chord that hasn't been struck, so that is harmonious. So I'm kind of waiting around. I'm gonna force the discussions as much as possible. Give it a break and then bring them back up, because that's how the marriage is. If you stop talking, like in a relationship between you and people you live with, if you stop talking, that's where it's really going to go left, because you're going to fill in the blanks of silence for yourself. And so I'm appreciating what's going on. I'm gonna fall back and listen some more. If y'all want to know something specific about what I think, I'm right here listening.
Well, I could say this, Gab. Like I said, I've been at this for a long time, and and it's not like bragging and anything. We have to understand that it's just. I'm talking about brothers. We have to understand. There's some brothers that's not willing. They're not all about building a brotherhood. Could I be personally optimistic? Maybe a small percentage. They really don't. If we believe to build up the build up the brotherhood, and we thinking about, okay, we're gonna take charge and we gonna lead the way, so our black one will know that we right there in alignment. But personally, I'm talking about my generation. Was so pissed off about it. Then I know some brothers on the panel probably was like younger than me, but the sad thing about it, my generation, they got the same attitude, and I had to bump into that. I had to let them know you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be this way. You know you hurt. I understand you be hurt. So I'm like I'm optimistic, but y'all go ahead, cuz
Hey,
I'm not.
I look at it like this, man. I try to put things into metaphors for myself, because I try to simplify things, right? So the metaphor is this, right? If you cut, let's say for instance, something hurts you. If you don't heal the cut, you gonna bleed on everybody around you. You know, if you don't fix the cut, you gonna bleed on people who didn't even hurt you. They didn't cut you, but yet they gonna get their blood on them. You see what I'm saying? So, me, I just feel like I need to understand, people's full talking points and their point of view and all of that before I actually start disagreeing. I know exactly what it is I'm trying to do. I know what my intentions are. I know what type of man I am. I know how I carry myself. I know the response I get from what I do. You know what I'm saying? I know the gratification I get in what I do. But I have to take into account that a lot of people just don't believe that it's people like me out there in the world for real. You know what I'm saying? A man that lived by a code, a man that, I'm just try to do the right shit and say the right shit. I'm just do that just because. See, because other people might not have that code. I can't apply the code that I live by to them. You know what I'm saying? Or on them, I should say. Um, and I talking to my pops, I didn't tell him exactly what was going on, but I explained the scenario good enough to where he could give me some wisdom. And that's pretty much what he said. He said, they don't, if these people don't truly know you, they don't know the standard that you living by. Even if you tell them, they ain't gonna believe it. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's just value systems. Like you had said, we have to value one another. Uh, some people just don't believe in valuing one another. They can see the degradation in you. They can see the weakness in you. They can see your flaws. But if you start talking about, hey, let's amplify the greatness in that brother. Let's try to find a solution for that brother. Let's just help them just because, right? Some people just got an issue with that. You know, there's no redeeming quality in anybody, because I don't know if it's because they don't see it in themselves or they just have a pessimistic view on life. That's something that I need to go deeper and try to understand. You know what I'm saying? It might not even be the terms that I'm saying now. So you know, it's a chapter in the book. It's called "The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People," and Stephen Covey dedicated a chapter to the principle. It is better to understand than be understood. You know, and so that's the principle that I'm trying to apply here. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm rambling. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm not voicing it exactly the way that I would like right now. But ultimately, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to understand, instead of being understood. I think that's more important at this point if we really looking for unity. You know what I'm saying? Because I can find the things that's the unifying principles. I feel like if I understood their point of view a little bit better, you know. But that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna have to catch the playback. I didn't get a chance to hear the entire conversation today, but I would love to hear other points of view on this. I kind of got a gist of what DS1 and what JT and what Gab think about it. You know what I'm saying? I think we share similar views on the subject, you know. But I definitely want to hear from other guys and just see what they think about the subject.
Yeah, that was fire. Uh, I got echo. Nothing but echo.
Let me
Okay.
mute myself.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was fire, brother. I think when I first came to YouTube, when I met up with you brothers, um, I felt like we had the most for me. I had the most in common with you guys, and still that's the case. You know, when some people kind of grew up. You know, I don't know how close our backgrounds are, but it sounds like you singing the same. You grew up off the same songs and shit I grew up off of. You know, and it makes it easier for us to get together and discuss things. And I could have stayed and kept discussing what we need to do with the same group. And in that is some growth. But I tell you the truth, I did not grow where I found growth. And not, no, when I say I didn't grow, it's not that I didn't grow with you guys, but where I found a lot of growth, where I realized that I didn't really know something is when I ran into motherfuckers that actually was either thinking opposite or they were considering a whole nother piece of different type of history than I was thinking. One would be this whole idea of educated lane and those who had actually accepted that as a title and say, you know what, well fuck it then. If that's what y'all want to call me, I'm gonna go along with that narrative and tell you why I have these issues with my community. And then I heard it. And then the same thing was going on with the manosphere that took a whole nother what I considered like a really disrespectful approach. And by a lot of people's ears, it's still that. But I allowed myself to I humble myself and just continue to listen, and growth took place, man. Whereas, okay, it stings to listen to it, but damn, it's something in there. And I keep going to this marriage piece, man, because I've been, it takes a lot to be married for 25 years. And I didn't have no breaks in between. It ain't like I moved out for 2 weeks or a month or a year. I struggled it out right here. And so it takes a whole lot to do that. And if you want to, you go through these cycles of damn, man, why we here, like why we do this shit again, why we here again. And you eventually you have to actually ask those questions and actually listen to the answers. And what I realized that for the longest time, I wasn't listening to the answers. I was trying to get over the problem. I wanted to get over the discussion. I wanted to get through the damn discussion so I can go to sleep the goddamn night. You know what I mean? So I can go to my normal routine. But eventually you start hearing shit different from your wife. You hear different things. You can do it with your children too. You know, you grew up, you raised them, and you think they the same, but they not. And when you hush and you listen, you get something different out of it. And for sometimes I'll be like, that's bullshit. I raised you. I know what this is. I've seen this before. That's bullshit. But again, I have to go back and say, when I got quiet, or most of the time, when I continue to engage, and I said, just like Rob said, because I love that book, Rob, that you just mentioned, where it says, you know, first listen for understanding, then um, attempt to be understood. But that takes a great deal of humility, and so I'm trying to discipline myself to that. It's difficult at times. And I know we have our positions and whatnot, and I still hold some of mine too. Some of the shit I really believe, just like y'all are talking about, to be honest with you. But I'm going to stay reserved on some of it so that I continue. Because if I don't, I'm not going to want to build. I'm not going to keep looking for answers. And if unity is what we're saying really is the only answer, then I'm looking at it like I don't have no choice. It's either that or get a divorce. And I don't want a divorce at this time. I rest.
Right. I mean, divorce is really not an option, you know? Um, at this point, I mean, if we using the metaphor of divorce, it don't matter what our differences are. We have a common enemy, you know? And so even if we can't be friends, we can be allies. You know what I'm saying? And maybe our sons will be friends. You
Facts.
know, I don't need no new friends, to be honest with you. But the guys that I vibe with right off the bat, I realized that, man, we got something in common that's intrinsic. I can put my finger on it and say exactly what it is that I got in common with DS1. I figure it's we from the block. We kind of got the same code. I mean, because when I was in NY last summer, what I realized was NY, Philly, and Chicago, Detroit, man, bro, it's really all the same city, just different gangs, different, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is, all one big city for real. You know what I'm saying? So we got a similar experience. And so guys that because that's why I asked them, man, where you from, Joe? You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of get an idea of how they grew up. Because guys that grew up on blocks, you know what I'm saying, street code and all of that, right? We It's a certain code and we understand escalation already. You know what I'm saying? Like if I talk crazy about a nigga, I might as well expect for Buddy to come back. You know, if I ain't lay everybody down, somebody go get up. You know what I'm saying? That's just rule number one. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people can't deal with street dudes, because the code is built in. I mean, I ain't make the rules, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, man, that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? And because guys didn't grow up in urban settings, it's very difficult for them to understand that code because they didn't grow up in it. They didn't see the consequences of it. They didn't see the benefits of it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it's very difficult for them to understand it. They think it's some bullshit and we should throw it away. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you was to go with the 5 points or the 6 points for that matter, you know what I'm saying? Man, ain't nothing wrong with the points. It was just the way that we got down on the blocks. You know what I'm saying? But I mean that's just my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe a cat that grew up in a rural area, maybe he will be able to understand street code and how we got down and everything. And it's the exception to the rule. But people it just wouldn't be wise to throw out the rule for the exception. In this case, you know. Man, my fault, JT. I ain't mean to dominate the conversation.
Me neither, dog.
I mean, because I had been, you know, sitting and obviously thinking about the conversation that I had last night, and the shit I kicked off over the weekend just because I took a general stance, a moral stance, I would say, and you know. I ended up starting a shitstorm over, that just comes natural as breathing to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now you good because this is what the channel is all about: finding solutions and do whatever we can, trying to build a brotherhood and have a structure for family and stuff. So no, don't worry about that.
Hey, hey, on a whole nother note, JT, man, what you think about your girl Clarissa, man? What you think?
Man, great win. That's all I'm saying.
Man, dude, she was dominant, bro.
Yeah, matter of fact, we was talking about her earlier today. I did a live before that.
Yeah, I've been running all day, man, and so this is my first time to really sit down. All right, I'm gonna check your playback though, but I just feel like she should be an up and coming star that we need to highlight, because she definitely embraces her blackness, loves where she from, Flint, Michigan, um, and is confident. You know what I'm saying? Some people say it's arrogance, but I mean, until somebody beat her or look like they can beat her, I would say that it's confidence. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel the sister energy and confidence. I can identify with it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my same idea. If I'm coaching or playing, man, I'm about to go all out, G. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, and it just seemed like she living her best life and going all out.
Yeah, that's part of brotherhood to be diverse, man. A lot of we only diverse, man. We don't. Yeah, y'all go ahead, man.
I really thought that the German girl was gonna be able to slow her down, but her head movement and her combinations off of that jab that she was throwing out there, man, that shit was spectacular, bro. Like
yeah,
I feel like she could beat some men like fucking around. Like if she has some more power, she could beat some men with that shit, bro.
Well, what she did, man, and anybody can jump on this too. Anyone, she better. These men, see, they put up them belts in the women's boxing, but these men, they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to put a fight. Oh, you got to fight the A side, man. Shut up, man. Just fight, man. We want to see belts, man. So, that's another conversation.
All right. That was just my attempt to try to switch up the conversation. We lost DS1, man. I wish I would have been there. So DS1 was on the panel, and I heard a little bit, but I didn't get the chance to hear everything, you know what I'm saying? And I hate that I wasn't there. Man.
Marcus, is there anything you want to say? You can.
I feel like I derailed y'all a little bit. Go ahead, Mo.
You ain't derail me. In the presence of men, I listen.
Yeah.
I do. I may not always agree with what is being spoken, but I do listen. Um, Interesting.
Well, all I have to say, I just want us. I just want us. It goes for me too. We gotta be better, man. So and
Yeah, I was reluctant to get up here and share this right here. I was because sometimes when people are on the same track, sometimes I don't know, man. Maybe it's better to be quiet. I came up um, I'm all about balance, and I'm trying to make sure I don't say things that ruin future discussions with you guys or other people. And I
yeah,
think
just say
because
it.
I'm sorry.
Just say, God, We know what you're all about. You know all about bridging. You know, you good. You good over here. I don't know. You family. I don't know why you saying that.
You
Well,
know
yeah,
why he's
yeah, no.
saying?
Go ahead, go
Can
ahead.
I? May I? I just think he's saying that because we're dealing with self-diagnosed folks, as in my opinion. So this may be different from other people, but if you walk around and you say, "I'm an educated so and so," right? You're hoping that in that breakdown of being educated, they're able to distinguish and differentiate between a issue and their own objectives. And I don't see that being met right now because it's too emotional and too personal to folks. And I think if you were
Facts.
to peel the onions away of what you're hearing from the different labels. See, I'm offended as a black woman, as a woman of color, that black men of color, would call themselves educated lambs. Like, I can't get into that. So I have to get a better understanding of why they labeled themselves that way and what brought
Right.
them to take the negative, take it that negative name and wear it so proudly, because we often say that is what you're supposed to do when you take the negative and make it into a positive. So I'm trying to hear or waiting to really see that onion pull back all the layers to find out how they've come to wear that title so proudly. As
Right.
so that's what I wanted to hear from them, and that's what I was expecting to get more of today. But
Yeah.
it takes time, and I agree with that. It does take time.
Yeah. And it does. And this is the part where tolerance, your ability to you know, take a little bit on the chin, because what's happening is like this is like the people that you used to call nerds back in high school, right? Some of them felt, without you knowing, us knowing, truly rejected, truly rejected. The women and even the brothers who, so you remember that small group of people that you just considered the nerds. They just, but what you didn't know is that they very much desired to be a part of you guys, but they didn't want to be tough, or they didn't know how to do the clothes, or they weren't into the clothes. They was into the video games, or they were into the new technology wave. They didn't have the swag, but they very much admired you guys, but they felt very much locked out. So when these guys get older and they say, the guys that was so tough, they not looking so tough right now. So it's almost like a revenge of the nerds, or as Alan Roger Carey puts it, the beta male revolution. So we're kind of in something now where these guys have realized, okay, we didn't do well then with the neighborhood, but we're doing pretty decent in the world of business, or other things that are like maybe really important for an adult. And so there's this posture that they take now against the guys that had all the swag and whatnot. And so there is a ruined relationship there. And what I'm saying is that must be acknowledged by both sides. We can take a posture like, nigga, get over it. That's not how I really felt about you, nigga. Get over it. No, there's some damage. There's damage there, and you can choose to mess with it or not. But if you are like what Brother Rob said, divorce is not an option. We need unity, or we all die. Then I've chosen to try and work with this You know what I'm saying? And until we mend this, this is like going to therapy. You know how y'all tell both sides to the therapist, and the therapist is just sitting there, and I'm no therapist, that's for sure. But they listen and they hear both sides spill out, and both sides feel like, you know, I don't care what's going on. You think she's wrong. You think she thinks he's just wrong. When the reality is they're both telling a truth that was concerning them, that interrupted how their flow and how they felt about one, how one felt about the other. But nobody wants to yield and really, you know, the healing, it takes a couple sessions, sometimes more than one, sometimes several, sometimes even a few years of counseling before you guys really understand what's going on. So when you're dealing with brothers, it's not even necessarily the opposite sex. When you're dealing with years of history that has bothered people, it's going to take serious patience. So I don't expect that one conversation. Like Moa, if you saw my comment, I said, I don't expect anything to get fixed today. I just want the issues to continue to be poured out on the table. I don't expect anything to be fixed. You know, we can go on for a year or two, but I just hope it keeps taking on different shapes so that little by little we hear. Because remember, I'm gonna remind JT or anybody who, when we first was hearing the Manosphere, Obsidian, we ain't want to hear that shit, man. You know, we just simply didn't want to hear these niggas was Bama, was well, DC, we call them Bamas. These dudes was lame and weak and, you know, on some sucker shit to us. But little by little, there was some understanding. And so this just another one. And every now and then you're gonna run into, just like she said, the onion. You know, the onion, where the shit is difficult to take it, where they stand on a particular issue. But what you're seeing is a picture of their reality against you. And you don't want to hear the shit. The shit, you know, it's ugly, or it hurts, or you don't believe it. And some of it is their misperception of who you actually were, because they don't see you for who you are either. So patience and cutting down. This is why I say communication is key. How we talk and how we discuss shit. These labels, these names, the disrespectful back and forth. We can talk that sticks and stones shit all we want to, but words are never heard. That's the greatest deception ever. That shit is killing people for real. And we sitting there trying to say we got to be men and accept some bad words. Okay, well, as soon as I say something wild, watch how everybody acts. I can't just be disrespectful on the panel and expect you not to react, dog. You know, so this is it's a working. It's progress in motion, in my opinion.
It's a hurt. But at the same time, we're hurting. It's a good conversation to have, and I understand what the end goal is, hopefully. Um, I am very much concerned at the image of the Black man as we go through this process and what we're actually showing publicly about his creation. You know how you, of all people, know how I feel, and how I feel Black man is the strength. He's everything. And to see him being dissected by each other so openly,
right?
It's something that, as a woman, they don't really want to hear us speak most of the time, but we come into the protective role, like, no matter which side of the fence these guys are sitting on in their position, we're still seeing the Black man in its entirety broken down. What his image really looks like is just getting shown. So you do not represent the Pookies and the Ray Rays everywhere that you go. There is a different facet of us. But we cannot see that other facet just breaking down like this either. If we want to hold respect.
Yeah, I understand it, but I feel this part, Monica, that us as black men, we still gotta have a voice, and we still gotta go at it, because at times for me it does get frustrating, because there are some of us is doing it, but and it be at times I be lying. Sometimes I don't even want to set up the man's own talk at times. I really don't.
Right.
I really don't, because it's still the same people. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with saying man come, because to me, we keep on coming. It's good. At least we understand the urgency, but it's got to be a collective urgency. And then I'm saying like this though, when it's going to happen. When it's going to happen. So us as black men, we still got to be at it, but I'm just saying that if you ask me, am I being optimistic about it? I'm trying, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying this is that if I'm doing something wrong, say I'm doing something wrong, and not want to move, who do not want to be there, we say fuck you. That's it. No matter what status you in, that's the way it's gotta be. Are you all about strengthening the black man? And it goes for sisters, it goes for women too, because they gotta deal with their problem. But I'm sticking to men. It's all about, okay, to the community, or you don't. If you don't, in my thing, get the fuck out my face. That's the way it is. Because we losing time. We really is. We losing time, and we want to catch score. And everything what I'm saying, it goes for me too. It goes for me too. So in case if your fools outside going to say, "Oh, it goes for me too." So because I'm part of the community. I come from a black man. I come from a black woman. I come from our community. So I'm putting myself in it, and I'm willing. But at the same time, I'm not going to put myself out there for people who do not want to work with me because of damn status or certain economics or certain things would happen. I'd be a fool. Change my mind. Let's work. And then any difference is what it is. If we don't understand each other, let's be cordial. That's what I'm saying. Let's be cordial about it.
Yeah, cordiality. That's you hitting it for me. In saying that whole communication piece, man, and making sure that we are acknowledging some things, man. And this takes for me that piece where you really gotta take a look, that strong look at yourself, and ask yourself if I were feeling what the other guys were feeling. And there's the manosphere contains these definitions for things that guys shouldn't feel. They should, like, they redefine everything to try to get you more of what they say is on a masculine track. And that's one way of looking at it. And I don't disrespect what they're saying. However, what I will acknowledge, and this may be something feminine on my side of the track, but I feel a way. I feel a way, nigga, when you talking to me a certain kind of way. So that means I'm not acknowledging certain things when it comes to the way I'm being treated. So maybe there's other words I could use other than feel, but as far as the language we used around where I grew up, that's how I convey that thought to you. So disrespect is disrespect, and what it does is slow down the conversation. So learning how to convey a thought in a way that is more palatable for a person. You know how you used to hit a guy in the chest and you say, "Nigga, just suck it up," but the nigga chest hurt, fucking his rib hurt, and you punch him again and say, "Nigga, suck that shit up, toughen up, man." So you think the way to make them tough is to double down on the pain.
Right.
And I'm saying that ain't always the right tactic, dog. It might be the way we grew up.
Right.
But some of these niggas went away with cracked ribs. and they remember that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, guys. Like this is what I'm saying, right? I give you a case in point. Almost 2 months ago, Malik, he's an independent film director, right? Filmmaker, right? He was in Virginia, right? He called me like Saturday. I might be in Virginia. I wanna hang. You know, I can't stay long because I was on the way to New York. I did a video with him. We showing brothers. See, maybe we come like different neighborhood, but we showing them this is what brotherhood is about. Chop it up. And plus he put something. I'm not gonna say how much. Plus I didn't even know about that. Then we chop it up about almost 10 minutes, and you know it's in the archives. Go and see it. Brotherhood, show up. Then almost 2 hours later, Sonny showed up at my house. Chop it up. Videotape that. Brotherhood. Oh, I'm just saying. Got Brother Rob. CRUK to Chicago. I'm saying we have examples. Y'all can go and check it out yourself. But we always gotta be in the same group to formalize brotherhood. We diverse. But you know what I'm saying, yo? To me, yo, we talk some clown shit. And I said, talk some clown shit. We say that we want to. We say that, yeah, well, you know, I want to do. But at the same time, they call to certain neighborhoods. Oh, I ain't gonna go in there because this person ain't working. This person ain't. How do you know that? See, for me, part of my vision, I'm in the streets. I talk to the ones that they don't want to talk to because they got to be reached too. They have ideas too. Because I'm looking at the bigger picture. Because once upon a time, certain parts of the community had turned me down. And I can't let this down. So they could say whatever they want about me. I don't care, but we supposed to serve our community. We cannot pick and choose.
Facts.
We cannot pick and choose, and that is the problem. I got a big problem with that. Don't say that I'm the brother, but you want to come where I'm at and let's work together and reach out to the ones that really need to be reached. Oh, they don't want to work. Well, maybe there's no opportunity. We have to learn to create opportunities. Tired damn excuses. I'm tired of motherfuckers be sticking their nose up and everything. And let me say this. If you work hard, you should be rewarded what you get. Then I'm not talking about that. So don't twist my goddamn words. But I'm just saying. Don't say you're about that goddamn work. And if you're not willing to really be in the battlefield. See, we could build each other up. Like for instance, Gab, let's be honest. If I live in your neighborhood and there's no knocking because you live in your beautiful neighborhood, we could build right there. But at the same time, once upon a time, you in the hood and everything. You know, if we don't have in contact other brothers and sisters that is trying to get out, trying.
Facts.
We don't pick them up to see they value in them. You know that is will look at us. We ain't doing nothing.
Right. The greatest thing, man, that you can do. JT, you a biblical man. Um, you know the scripture where Jesus said, matter of fact, everybody on the panel is biblical, uh, to some extent. Where Jesus said, "Come, teach, allow me to teach you to be a fisher of men," right? And so Jesus had this little way about himself of finding the value in the least of the people, which gave him his attracting power because he didn't just say, "Hey, this nigga ain't gonna make the cut." You follow what I'm saying? He found whatever value there was. If there was a way for him to help immediately, he helped immediately. If there was a way for, if there was an instance where it couldn't be immediate or a miracle, he gave a good word, which means he actually just planted a seed that person could grow on, gave them a word that they could grow from, you know what I'm saying, and develop into something greater to find greater value in themselves. And so I take that on to myself, man, when I talk to people. This shit has meaning to me. You know, this don't have nothing to do with being soft. And we need to get away from that, that crazy ass language. I know that there's a sense of urgency for brothers not to be feminine. You follow what I'm saying? Because we're at war. So we need all of that masculine energy. So I don't bother it. Let the masculine energy do what it does. I go listen to it for a while. I get too much. I come back somewhere where the tone is a little bit more palatable for those who might need it to be in the song sung in a different tone. And we got to be prepared to maneuver. The universe is big and made of so many different kinds of elements. Much of it is very hard and powerful. Some of it is soft. It's knowing when to apply what. Yeah. You follow what I'm saying? And who to apply it on, or else you're gonna be destructive to different situations and not knowing it. Mm-hmm. And so when you humble yourself and know you really don't, you're not the master of individuals. So it takes time to get to know what's going on, and we only gonna be here for a certain time. And some brothers are very keen on what their purpose is. So some brothers got to keep going, and they'll steamroll over the ones that's soft. But guess what? The universe makes sure that it puts people in there that will make sure that those strong brothers don't roll over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's merciful. This place is merciful. I don't care what nobody really wants to say. It puts people in there to say, "Hey, we can't let everybody die." You see what I'm saying? Even if it's just on YouTube, it's some elements here say, "Hey, hold up, bro, you can't just do that." Mm-hmm. And then we fight about that for a little while, but we achieve some sort of balance, even if it's just to say, "All right, you go over to that space, and I go over to that space." Right. Mm-hmm. You know. So,
yeah, and also space we talking about, like, brothers, they talking about that, black woman had hurt them. That we still gotta have that conversation. And I know some sisters don't like hearing that, but it is true. So we gotta have those conversations too. So we could be diverse, but I'm just saying like this though, that if you want me, I ain't talking about you. If you want me as a black man to see your value, I had every right to demand the value, see me my value. Because you don't have to like me, but you're going to respect my fucking existence. I don't care who you are. And that also a problem too.
Facts.
We don't respect each other's existence. We feel, and then we figure, oh, I don't have to respect it. So I'm saying like this, who you in alignment with? Are you in alignment? You talking about African spirit, people talking about Africa. So are you aligned with the African spirit, or are you aligned with the oppressor? So let's ask that question. Let's ask that question seriously. All about image, all of it. Great, you know what I'm saying? I was ready, gotta have image. But I'm just saying, this oppressed system is winning. They winning with their narrative. They had some of our people have been part of this to bring us down. When are we going to talk about that? And then for me, it's like, I know it's not it's easy to say, but it's hard to do. But I'm just saying though that I'm sorry, I'm not going to put myself out there of people that want my spirituality to die. That what goes with the social and also our culture. I can't be around people like that. I gotta be around people that want to fight. My late father said, if you want to fight, you got to roll up your sleeves and throw your hands up and fight for what's right. We want to keep our sleeves down because we don't want to get dirty. But the way how they feel, but they have the right to put these narratives that we supposed to follow. No, you cannot have it both ways. Roll up your goddamn sleeves and let's fight. You take a lump here and there, it's all right. I'll take lumps. I'm going to take lumps from myself for our community because I love our community. I know the big. I have to understand the bigger picture. I'm still learning. I'll be 53 years old within a month and a half. I ain't here for nothing. Man, I don't know about people. Y'all go speak, man.
Man, I think I understand what you're saying, JT. And in my estimation, what I try to do is stand for what I think is right, and I just put it out there. I don't have a filter when it's time to, if somebody asks me a straightforward question, how do you feel about this? Well, this is how I feel. And in my mind, I feel like you asking me because you value my opinion on the subject. But if I give it to you and then you use that as ammunition to attack me, you know what I'm saying, then it's not a conversation at that point, because I done already said what I done said, and that's how I feel. Like DS1 say, some cats value being right too much. Me, I don't. In your mind, I feel like I can't change your mind. I'm not a ventriloquist. You know what I'm saying? So I can't change your mind. You gonna have to do that. And I let the chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? I say what I feel. If you got some information that might can sharpen my understanding, I'm willing to be humble enough to accept it. But I gotta hear some information. You attacking me, the conversation over now. You know what I'm saying? You saying it in a way that I feel is disrespectful. It's gonna be way harder for me to have patience with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my feelings are not that important to me, but at the same time, you know, I can't allow you to just disrespect me. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't because I'm a former street dude or I live by the street code or whatever. Any man that's put in that position, he's going to defend himself. That's just, you know, what I understand manhood to be. Any man. I don't know a man that'll just lay down.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, though, for me, all I can say for me, of things I'm just scared, and that certain things I built that way. So so for me, it's what it is. But I understand what you say, but so I don't know. I guess how I was raised and the things I've been through. Certain people say things. Okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. All right, no problem. But at the same time, if you want me to respect your existence, you gotta respect mine. That's all I'm saying. We cannot get along. We be cordial. We have to. It has to be a certain way that we got to find a way to be in the middle. But at the certain time, I'm being honest. It's gonna be quite a few things, and we ain't gonna see each other in the middle, and
Man,
and that's good and it's cool,
hey,
But
look, here go the other side of the coin, right? Um, I'm gonna be working. I'm gonna be working though. I'm not gonna be just sitting around waiting to get a clear understanding of everybody and all. I already got aspirations and goals, and I'm gonna continue to do the work. Some people think it's useless. Some people think, man, I'm talking about the parents. The parents say, hey, shit, well, I mean, getting them a diploma, that's one thing, but shit, I don't know about them, shit. Even the parents give up, The preacher, I had a preacher that gave up on one kid. He was supposed to be the mentor, right? The preacher gave up, fam. So, people can't tell. I mean, I just feel like, and I ain't trying to be arrogant, right? I just feel like a lot of times people are not in a position to truly judge me until they know my story. You know what I'm saying? You can't really, I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm an open book. What you see is what you get. I tell people. But at the same time, I just feel like a lot of times people not in a position to judge me. You know what I'm saying? And um on another point, and I'm gonna shut up, right? If you build it, they will come, right? If I feel like if I start showing some works, if I start showing people, hey, look, I did this, and I mean, man, I'm trying to duplicate it. What's up with that? All they can do is really hate on what I'm doing. But guess what? I'm gonna be doing it. They ain't gonna even. I mean, man, I don't have a problem with people hating on it because people hate on it all the time. People doubt me all the time. It's all good. I just keep showing and proving, man. That's all I know to do. You know what I'm saying? And then again, if it's something that they saying in anybody, that anything that they saying or doing that I feel like I can learn, I can grow from, man, I'ma listen. Man, there's a crackhead around my crib, right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to belittle the brother. I'm just using that as a euphemism to describe him. Brother with a substance abuse problem. That's more PC, I guess. But the brother said something that's profound, stuck with me to this day. He say, man, pimping ain't on you, pimping is in you. Man, hey, look, man, Ronnie P. Shout out to Ronnie P, man. P taught me that when I was young, preteen. Pimping ain't on you, it's in you. And man, from that day forward, bro, I just carried myself with a little more confidence. P said he seen something in me. He just pulled me to the side one day. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. It might be something that somebody's saying they don't even realize. They calling themselves destroying me. You might say something profound. Fuck around and say something profound. Guess what? I'm gonna take your one little profound statement and run with it. I'll let you stay in your foolery if that's what I consider it. But I'm gonna be listening for you to say one wise thing so that I can grow a little bit. Literally, man. That's how I live my life, man. I'm trying to learn and grow. And people with that want to stay where they at, I'm gonna be like, man, hey, this where I'm going. You know, I'm gonna shut up, fall back right there.
I feel like I always being the one to speak up. I don't want to talk over y'all's points. But if y'all, if there ain't nobody saying that, this again, JT, this is uh, a necessary exercise in our plight, and sometimes I do believe that um, patience is a thing that a lot of us lack. Especially the the time that it takes to get us out of the condition that our sojourn in America has landed us in, in 2019 now. And so many of us are stuck wondering why things still aren't a little better or a lot better. And, when you're in a space where you need immediate relief, it makes it difficult to hear. It makes it difficult to be patient because it feels like your survival is demanding, immediate change. And so the only thing you're left with is some kind of spiritual teaching, some scripture that somebody throws at you because you lack the know-how or the wisdom to do better in an immediate sense. So, for me, I'll just say that for the moment, I'm blessed to not have to not feel all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it blessed me to be a little bit more patient. Like I'll take a few lumps, you know what I'm saying, in the course of a conversation. I'll take a few hits. You know what I mean? Like I was on Obsidian the other day. Brother told me he had to G check me, and for somebody to say that, you immediately say, "Motherfucker, you ain't G checking shit." I could have took that posture, but I actually knew what he was saying. I knew what he meant. So I just said, "Brother, all right, well, brother, consider me G checked," and everybody laughed. You know what I'm saying? And we moved on in the conversation, and the brother. Some brothers maybe won't respect you for that, but the brother appreciated the fact that I didn't feel a need to punch back. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of positions that we hold. And I'm not saying that everybody's supposed to do what Gab does. I'm saying you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. Wherever your source is that tells you what that right thing is, I'm saying you should be found doing it. And I think we'll be all right from there. I think I've exhausted my contribution to the discussion at this point. So
I got dessert, so I can show you. Ain't gonna let you go like that.
Yeah. Y'all can let me know what you.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, and I just want to let you know we appreciate what you're doing and stuff like that. It's just that for me, where I'm at right now, I'm willing to work, but there's certain things. No, I'm not. I'm not. I can't see myself work with people that they continue being overbearing. And then you got some of them, they know this person is not willing to work with the community, but these associations still want to hang out with them. And let's talk about that in the near future. But you know what I'm saying? We don't want to talk about it. We don't. So they want to keep the cycle going. And they don't think other people see that. And I know I'm not the only one see that. But that's another conversation. We're gonna loud up and say, I gotta name this dessert here. Come on out. All right. This is on this side, that's a vanilla bean. On this side is cherry vanilla. Let me see. Let me know. I gotta turn it around. This side is strawberry syrup. On the other side is chocolate syrup, and we're gonna call this "Hope to Get Together with Black People."
Hope to get together. I can't. I can't.
Hope to get together, Black people. That's name.
I can't. So what's the strawberry supposed to be?
Black women, strawberry, tasty. Nice.
Oh God. I can't.
Chocolate, black man, go together like that. Culture, black, keep the black family together. So I could say the strawberries like the sisterhood, and the chocolate is like for the brotherhood. You cut it down in half. Work on your issues. We work on our issues. Then we see a common goal, combine it together, and hopefully we can solve it. That's what I want. And then we're gonna find out when I was making the dessert jar, I was thinking about that too. Just hope, man. Just far away, man. We far away, especially us as brothers.
I don't think it's far away.
I think I'm talking about of my generation. Yeah, we know what I'm talking about. We are. We are. We don't. I mean, a few of us we reach out to the young ones, and you know, I don't want no credit. I do what I got to do. You know what I mean? It doesn't. I just think like Tony put in the chat, like brother Tony. He said, "Yeah, chop it up with the old timer. You know, he drink 40 and still dropping that science. Might have to get back to that. I mean, we have to get back to that. Get a little money." He said, I don't want to get out there and everything. I want to get so well, you can't take the money and go that's called so what and what hood and buy this property up. Let's turn it into something. And then if we don't do nothing, let's make sure we hold that land hostage. So at least we can let it grow interest and everything. So when we find out what we want to do, we can all right, no one's to stay in the community, we could do something with it.
Man, brother Maurice Muhammad, man, he been talking about that and been doing lives on it. He was in Clarksdale, Mississippi. He was in East St. Louis. He had made a couple of stops and he was talking about that very thing, JT.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, should been doing it. It says it's too. Queens too. Buy some land, sit on it. Just sit. If we can't do that, just sit on it and let it grow interest and everything. And we could take the interest and we could do a little here and a little there until we find out. Nah, man, bravo. Got to give them opportunity. You can't get no half-ass opportunities no more. Give them opportunity to live. That's what I'm saying. And we salute the brothers and sisters that get out the hood and do better for the family. I salute you. That's right. No doubt about that. Down. I'm with y'all. I'll be out too. Think of the bigger picture though. Say, man. Go ahead, brother Rob. You can build on it, man.
Oh yeah, no, that's all I was saying. That brother Maurice Muhammad, he was talking about buying land and that those towns was empty and that he had a plan for it and it was black first and and I thought it was very productive what he was talking about.
Yeah, it is productive. Yeah, it is productive. We just we gotta see the ones that had the resources, We could be done this a long time ago. And then people always say, "Oh, we don't have generation wealth. We can start. We can start from somewhere and let it be substantial. Let it stick. Let's stop be. Let's stop let the money itch in our hands and our pocket and everything. We gotta stop being consumers and entrepreneurs. Let's make sound investments. And it doesn't mean that when you make sound investments that people already have. That don't mean nothing to me because what you doing, you just giving the money back to the ones that really don't give a damn about you to make they better schools and better they better companies better. And these are the ones these are the ones that will respect us. But these are the same people, the oppressed people. They don't want you, and they want. But they accept you because you know you got the money, you know you doing the things and that. But I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying, brother. Are you educated, Monica? You know what I'm talking about. You probably the money is not triggering down. And trust me, if they want to shut you down, they shut you down.
It depends on who they is shutting you down. But the only thing that would prevent me from moving forward is me.
I got it. I do get it. But this is what I'm saying, Monica. It's this that. See, I'm working on something right now, and it's gonna. I can't really say it yet because it's still in the elementary, you know, stages. But I'm thinking about like, hey, I'm going against the grain, but I'm doing this, for our people and stuff. And y'all will know about it in the future. But I'm working on some things. You know? But that's true. You stop it starts from you and stuff like that. But I'd still say that we have to get some of our people opportunities. They could prosper now. If they blow it, if they don't want to take it, okay, they gotta live with that, not you. But the money keep on going back and forth that people already have. We tried that, it's not working. I remember Barack, he was on the panel last year, and Monica, he was saying now they had to get up money for pencils and notebooks.
Who, the teachers in the school?
Yeah, he had to
Yeah,
raise money for paper news for notebooks and pencils.
I believe that. You remember I was the president of the PTA. I believe that.
Yeah, I remember you said that, so you understand what I'm saying. So when people say, underrated, you made it up and everything. You had them, you having them say it. No. You heard from them. That's an investment. That's an investment. We don't think nothing like that.
I told you also when I was PTA president, here in New York, you're given like 10 hours per month to use the whole parent engagement activities. And when we couldn't get the parents to come out, I reinvested our 10 hours and made activities on the Saturdays to help kids get their projects ready that they needed for graduation. So it'd be a science lab and so on. And then I had the parents that did help their kids with homework come in and volunteer to help the other children. And we then ultimately got the teachers to come in for free and just volunteer to help us run that. But it was the only way we can engage back It was our only way of giving back to the kids when I realized I couldn't engage the parents directly.
Wow.
So
Hey man,
I'm just saying that to say it when I realized I couldn't reach who the intended target was, I didn't turn my back on the kids itself. And I do recall when I went to graduation that year how the parents were, even though they weren't there in the physical, but when it came down to the graduation, the standing ovation they gave me for the efforts to push our kids forward spoke volumes.
And I bet you was moving, you was crying like a little baby. Right? Oh, she didn't hear me. I'll be back.
No, I wasn't at that point. I I didn't have nothing left. When you give and you give, um, I just wanted to make it to the finish line for that phase of it. But it was it was a hard fought battle, and we had a real horrible principal who came from Westchester and was supplanted in our community. And it wasn't until I was gone, maybe it was like 2 years later, that he came up in this big scandal and they got rid of him. But it was it was written in the walls it was going to be that way long before. So I'm not surprised that you had to buy pencils and a whole bunch of school supplies. And I'm not surprised when people say they have to take on a lot of roles to help move the kids forward. I'm not surprised when parents are upset that they come home from school, that they come home from putting in 8 hours of work and commuting and cooking dinner and have to sit down and reteach a lesson so that the kids get it. I'm not surprised. So when I'm hearing all of this on the YouTube about giving back to the community, I keep asking, what is the community? Who is the community? People are probably giving back and we're not even taking into account what they're doing. That's just my take on things.
Okay. You can add on, Brother Rob.
I mean, I just say that unfortunately, what she's saying is exactly true. Um, we definitely need to organize all parents that got children in school. You know, all parents who care about children that's in school. We need to organize it, and we need to keep an eye on number one, the money. Number two, who's actually the administrators and are they doing their job? Number three, right? You know what I'm saying? Have a mechanism to replace people who are not doing the job. A lot of times we have found out that people not doing the job and then they are powerless to do anything about it. That comes from organization, political organization, economic organization. These are solutions that will not get talked about because we too busy labeling things that we already understand. I This is just my opinion. Um, to move forward, right? We really need to organize. I end on this. And man, I got an early morning, so I'm gonna get out of here, right? But Stokely Carmichael, better known as Kwame Ture, right? He got a quote, right? He say, if you organize a little bit, you will get a little bit done. If you organize a lot, you will get a lot done. But if you don't organize at all, you won't get anything done. We got to get focused on getting something done. not getting people to agree. We don't need to agree. We just need to get it done. We don't need to agree on every damn thing. Us unifying tomorrow, that's probably highly unrealistic. The truth be told, we need to unify on the things that we already agree upon, and then down the line, once we done got to know each other a little bit better, the understanding is going to produce the agreements that we need. The understanding will, not our talking points. That being said, man, I appreciate you having me on the panel tonight, JT.
All right.
Me, I get an early morning, bro. So man, I'm gonna say peace to everybody, and man, I'm gonna go try to find me some dessert. Shit, you made me hungry.
Sorry.
All right,
Good night.
good night, Quinn.
Good night. All right. But we ain't gonna get off. I ain't gonna get off. I ain't gonna get off yet and everything. Do you need to get off, on? Because I know that you're a busy woman.
I'm chasing all the people away.
Bad Monica. Let me stop.
What did I do?
No, I just messing. No, but I just it just for me, Monica. Listen, I'm not trying to have all the answers. I'm not trying to have. I'm just saying though. What do we become to be? No, man, oh, man, make more smoke a blunt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
know,
I'm ready to smoke a Bob Marley, ready to get the split from Bob Marley. Yeah.
you know what's crazy? Like I moved back here, right? So like a week ago, we had this dinner at work, right? I forgot what they called it, cocktails after work. And I went to the cocktail party, and one of the attorneys that was there was explaining to us she's got her kids in the public school system, and she's giving me this whole breakdown of what was going on. Something had to do with testing, and that the school opt out. Most of the parents in the school opt out for testing, and now her child is about to move on to junior high school, but you need test scores in order to be placed in the schools. So she's arguing or fighting to have her child tested, and they are not of color. And I was sitting there listening to her complain about how it was being overpowered by the powerful parents in the district and so on and so forth. And I was listening to her, and I finally just asked her a question like, is this your first time being an actively engaged parent in the school? And she said, well, what do you mean by actively engaged? I pay PTA dues, and I attend some of the things. So I said, so you're not active. So this is why they didn't take in consideration how you feel about things, because you got to be in it to win it.
Right.
And all of these discussions that we're hearing across the board, here even here on the YouTube, you got to be in it to win it. So I'm hoping that I've heard the other side of the coin, because that wasn't really presented earlier, and I've gotten a clearer understanding. And, I'm just realizing again, these are discussions that have to take place, and people have to be in it to really make a difference, to really make it stand out. Um, Coming in at the 11th hour and thinking that everything is going to go your way is not really the solution.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard your discouragement, and I acknowledge it. I'm not a man, but I am a parent of a man child, and I have a vested interest in the success of man. Um, and I can't emphasize that enough. And I've said it in every place that I've been, that I've heard these skirmishes, where I could have my voice be raised. Because a lot of places, you're to be seen and really not heard, and they make that abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, me, it's like, I, yeah, there's discouragement, but I feel part majority of it is, yeah, no discouragement. Yeah, you're right, but I think part of it is anger, and I feel that there are some people, we disvalue each other. We assume that, oh, this person ain't doing that. Okay, you don't know what that person is all about.
But why are you angry?
Me, when I'm angry,
Yeah, why are you angry?
I'm angry this month because I've been at this one of the conversations I've been at over 30 years. And again, I don't want to make it seem, oh, you do not know all about that. I've been part of this community since I came up, my moms and my pops. I've been do whatever I can to serve our community, even though I'm born and raised in New York, wherever it takes. And it's cool that you join a organization, but some of these organizations, they don't serve our community. It's all about show. It's all about clips. You know, and I'm not saying that some organizations do help our community. It does, but I guarantee you will not know it on social media, and to me, it shouldn't be part of it anyway, because trying to bring that down. And
But why won't you know it on social media? You have, here I go about to tote things. You have a wonderful platform, right?
thank you.
You've brought so much awareness. I told you it's unique in and of itself. You are standing 10 toes down. You're bringing in sports conversation, which is definitely a window or a gateway into the heart of man. Men love their sports. You you're doing it in an interactive way. Look what you like. If you were to differentiate the things you do, you don't have a panel, you had a roundtable discussion with someone. That is a way of incorporating more than one person. People don't think like that. Like I was sitting there saying, "Damn, that's powerful." Yesterday, um, it, there are so many things that you're bringing to the table that you are making change. So to hear you disappointed, that's shocking to me because you are making a difference and you are doing a great job at it.
But I feel it's not enough.
Oh, but it's the starting point. Some people haven't even begun the race. You're
Yeah,
in it.
I appreciate that. I do, but I can't say that as a parent because I was a parent for like maybe 4.5 months. So that's another story. But I'm a godfather, and I still have young god kids that I gotta make sure they okay. When part of it is like creating a legacy. Yeah, for myself definitely, but for my god kids and even my niece and nephew, but especially for our community.
The sad part, JT, is that you won't know what your legacy is. That's the unique thing about legacy. Whoever's gonna tell what your legacy is, you won't be here to hear it.
That's true, but at least I could start it.
And you worrying about making the history.
No,
Do the
no, 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 no,
history.
no, 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 no. I'm not trying to make it a history. I'm just saying. I just certain things that like I didn't have like the knowledge I had. That was a struggle for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from New York, but you know, it was a struggle to have knowledge for our people and stuff because it was delivery was taken away, politically, you name it and stuff. So for me, you're right about legacy, but for me, I want to have something that part of my vision that yeah, so they could be better. That I could people, our people. So that why that when I go on do my lives, I do have a chip on my shoulder because again, I love our people, and then so whatever I do, I gotta make sure that everything I get, everything I do, they have room for myself. Yes, there's no doubt. I have room for myself. Yes, but at the same time, I just want to do whatever I can. I want to be in the fight. You know, everybody says I want to be in the race. No, I want to be in a marathon. I want to keep on pushing. And that's it.
I think you're driven. I think you're driven and you can see your drive. Um, the person that criticizes you the most normally is yourself. So I can't take that away from you. That's what makes you great and that's what makes you stronger. You shouldn't take for granted that you've achieved everything. Um, so you should have an expectation of wanting to do more. So I can't downplay that for you. But I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that you are doing a great job. You're doing an excellent job at what you've brought forward thus far. So the best is yet to come, but I don't want you to think that you haven't added value, that you haven't multiplied the bounties of other people, because you have. And very few people are doing that on these platforms these days. They are doing the opposite. They are taking away the quality of conversation. They are dividing the community as it stands. You're not doing any of those things. So, in life, as somebody told me recently, there are four types of things that you can do. You can add, you can subtract, you can multiply, or you can divide. You have to figure out where you are in those equations, but that's what people bring to the table.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. You're right. I always been a hard critic to myself. I always been there. Instead of like somebody told me, say, sometimes it's like, be just be what it is. And it's true, just just for me, I know what I've been through and of my experience and my actions. I don't want our people. I don't want like our people go through what I've been through, and that's why like sometimes I go so hard that sometimes I have to take them back. I was like, whoa, wait. Let me get myself together, and you're absolutely right because sometimes you could be in the midst of it, and sometimes you don't see things clearly, and so sometimes when a person sees from outside, and I'm talking about the whole picture, yeah, you're right, and it's
The
still.
problem right now is we're trying to reach grown ass people that are stuck in their ways when really the people to reach haven't gotten here yet. They're on the path. So that's the younger generation. It's the youth.
Mm.
And while we're sitting up here trying to redirect people that have had decades of something destroying them, when we can easily be spending more time reaching out to the youth and trying to make an impact there so they don't get to be. It's harder to redirect the folks that we are trying to reach because it's just harder. It's not impossible, it's just harder.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But I have to say this too. You are doing a marvelous job, and I,
eh,
yes, you are. Growth. I see growth. And when I first seen you, I seen you. I don't want to say his. I don't want to say. We you know what panel? You
I
know.
was heated. Yeah, cause I was listening to some stuff I had never heard before.
Mm.
And that was crazy. But I also was hearing the destruction of women. Um, and I was looking at it from the lens of a strong black woman, right? A woman of color, right? And I had to take some time to process the woman that these men were describing from their lens. And I have to admit that she exists. She just is not one that I interact with on a normal basis, but I do have to admit she exists.
Right.
And there has to be a way to reach her so that it can be redirected. But I'm not going to let the same men that are running around here, just having destructive conversations about themselves, tear us up too, in terms of women. So I've got a long way to go, and I'm doing things. I'm leaving some people behind on the trail. They don't think they've been left behind, but they're gonna they're gonna wake up in this next go round when we enter the next month and it becomes the first of the month and they start all their crap. They're gonna realize that I left them behind.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sometimes I know. Sometimes like along the way, when I was like going for 1,000 and stuff, there's quite a few people out there left on the way, and I'm happy. And along the way, that's what along the way. I see. I think I got to. I think I got to know you. Like I think I've been notice of you, but I like. You were. But at the same time, I like you say when you first see me, you like it was the same thing too in a way. But I seen your value was, and I understood, you know, and so this is the thing um that sometimes that when you deal with people that sometimes you just got to put yourself out there and let it take its course. And I'm happy that I could say you one of the few black women that I took a chance and I guess right. and
Yeah,
and
I
so
haven't hesitated. Like there are some people that I'm not like. I'm not ever going to mess with on these platforms. And there's some people I'm not ever going to engage because that would just be like a suicide mission um, to even embark on. But where I can speak up, I will. And then for the most part, I will just be respectful, please sitting back here listening to the crap,
yeah.
and and taking what I can take in as entertainment. But I do believe you got to do more listening than you do talking. I do believe that you have to take in more of the information. It's just that some of this stuff is extremely toxic, and you've got to be able to synthesize between it.
Yeah, I agree on that.
And that's it. It's like it's cancerous.
Yeah, as we see it, a few hours ago.
No, actually, um, I, I, I wouldn't say that was as cancerous. I would just say that I was shocked, and that's it. And I had to really process it a different, I had to process it a different way. And I think I've come to a comfortable spot within myself with it. Um, I think people have just, like I said, they've taken the negative connotations associated and turned it into their positive. And I hate to see them wear it like that. And that's it. And that goes for all of the labeling. So it's not one specific label over another. It is all of the labeling. I just want y'all to be, or what it's, I just want to see black man. I don't want to identify him as any specific type of black man, because I do believe in that statement. When they come to get us, when they come to kill us, when they are confronting us, they are only seeing one type of black person, and that is evident. They're not caring if you are the educated one, if you are the Pookie or the Ray. They're treating you all the same. So that's inherent. And anybody that denies that is misleading himself. And this is how you get the Bill Cosbys and the OJ Simpsons of the world, because they were led to believe that they were in that other community comfortably until something went wrong and they got smacked with being put back in our society.
Yeah.
So,
Look what happened to Oprah.
oh, she's getting smacked right now, isn't she?
Getting
She
smacked.
yeah, and on top of it, all the reports are coming back all sideways. Like they trying to make it seem like she's not. But yeah, how you went after, how dare she go after MJ? She decided to do that. And now she can't even stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
But they said she's standing by it. I just can't believe that she was that careless in her due diligence.
Yeah, but she been like that for a long time. And what happened to your best friend, Oprah? Gail, I don't hear nothing from her.
Oh well, Gail got her money. She got her bag. She got her bag from taking down R. Kelly,
Yeah.
which is still an issue. R. Kelly is sitting there in one of the worst situations. If I was him, I probably would be asking for a change of venue after the Jesse Smollett thing that occurred there and everything. If his attorney can't negotiate him a clean deal like Jesse got, or Juicy or whatever how his name is, he needs to do a change of venue, because there's no damn way. There's no damn way he's gonna prevail over there in that climate, because now they're more hostile. They were already hostile towards him, but right now they have so much to prove that could easily say he's a casualty. Too much stuff going on with the man of color right now that he doesn't need to wear the Me Too movement on his back. We're wearing too many other atrocities on our back. We don't need to wear that one too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, these doggone feminists, y'all, tell y'all, watch out for them, y'all.
Watch out for who?
The feminists.
Well, um, I'm starting to realize that we do have a fashion of that within the thing, but I'm not gonna get myself wrapped up in it because there's nothing they could really say to me that's gonna make me change my position.
Mhm.
So you know, I'm not infringing again on their right to stand out as feminists. I'm just gonna always stand on what I believe in.
Mhm. Yeah, but me, I see him also like a cancer in our community. Um,
For what part?
I tell you a story. Once upon a time, I was going through something, and I was seeking for help, and she actually, woman had to tell me that she wanted me to die. She don't
Oh,
like she want black babies to die, especially boys. And I found out she's a feminist. And so I did my little investigation on it, and this organization they know no longer exists, but they're actually promoting this. And it was a global organization. And, and I could find out throughout the years on down low, these attitudes has surfaced. That there are some people that, and it goes with men too. Because there are men, I also advocate this too. And I always say is that when you have somebody that wants you to die and they don't have no value of themselves, they could be a danger. And even some men. So that's why I I said that moment.
words hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why that. All right, Tony. And so that's why one of these that sometimes like with gas, you gotta be careful how you speak. That's true. But it cannot be just one way. Gotta be both ways. And um, and that's how sometimes our narrow as a people go through go through go through different terms that are supposed to be. You know? So like you could say something and I might not agree, but at the end, as long as I know the bigger picture what you're saying, I respect that. But they are some of us still want to be on this so-called bubble, and then they figure that their experience where they go through is truth, the outward truth. And no, that's your truth. They don't have to be anybody else's truth. And those are the same ones that always say that they don't want to deal with the bigger picture because they know they got to check themselves. And so that's why we had those things going on and everything. And what kind of work you do again? Oh, you don't have to tell me.
You know, I work in the legal field.
Well, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I remember. Okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in my next lifetime I might I might do criminal justice. I never wanted to, but I look at the inequities now and I be like, I missed the opportunity
Yeah.
to make a subtle difference.
Mm. Well, you got time, Monica. You got time. You want to be a judge? You want to be a judge? Hello?
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 Hello.
Hello? No, I asked you.
Okay.
I asked you a
No, you
question.
asked me if I wanted to be a judge, and I said if the road less traveled, if I was back in a fork in the road, I would have took a different route. It probably would have ended that way, because I think I'm a very fair person.
Hmm. You would try to go Supreme Court or circuit court.
No, I probably just would have went to a local court. You know what court I probably would have been really good at? Family court.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good family.
Yeah, I don't like other people's kids, so I think I would have been really good there. But the dynamics is really different in that level. Um, and it's a lot of moving parts. But you can never say never, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, you got family court. Hey, go to Monica. Monica, Uncle brother.
I'm waiting for some big child support something to come up. I'm waiting for men to get together and really I keep saying this. This is the only topic I feel that really unites man, period, across the nationalities. It's just this across the races, however which way they want to describe it, is the child support issue, and I think they could really take that um, as a collective to, to they could take that somewhere. It's the weirdest thing because one of my girlfriends heard me say that. She was like, "How could you speak against child support? I ain't never get none, so what the fuck? I could speak against it." But um, it wouldn't have been a fair system, and it probably would have made a man more angrier with me, and that's what I see these days. Anyway, but it's a lot of things out there. It's a lot of topics that could be explored another day. And that's it. You finish your ice cream.
I never
Uh,
tried it.
uh, then that's nothing but water now. It's all melted away.
I'll put it back in the freezer.
Oh, that is what did you call that stuff? The
Uh,
black. I don't know. You a hot mess.
yeah.
It's a hot mess. But let me start getting myself ready for the week ahead.
Okay, so say your last remarks, please, before you. Yeah.
Well, I know the conversation went left, but it was pretty good to be able to hear um in a much even tone the positions
Yeah.
and really get clarity as to what's the end game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I just hate to see us self destruct, and was happy to hear that there is an expectation of. I never believe in unity, but unification at the end. I don't know why that UNITY word just doesn't work for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It just every time I just be like, why are people using this word unity? But to see the unification of man of the man of color, and I'm waiting to really catch that. And I hope that as the process engulfs itself, that some of the uh, that some of it is taken underground and then it comes back up and we just see, we see it resurge in a different format. That maybe the most difficult moments of it get hashed out behind scenes and then come back up forward, because we do have a front facing image overall to preserve.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just good to have the conversation. I think you were a good person to lead it. So thank you.
And I just want to thank you. Hopefully one day, if you want to, you could be on the chop up, with the Darkest Round Table. And like I said, and there ain't gonna be no interview status and everything. Ask you a few questions. We're gonna chop it up so people get to know Mark and Mo. But that is up to you, because I know how you are at times.
You know how this go. I got a lot of hate that follows me around. You know why the hate wasn't on the radar tonight? Because it's Game of Thrones. I be very strategic with this stuff.
I see.
I don't want to bring any negativity. I'm not into, what did I tell you? I'm not into dividing, and I'm not into taking away from anybody else.
Okay. No, I get it. I feel the same way too. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully one day, if you decide it, you let me know. We can be at some time, you can come.
I definitely will. I'll keep you on the short list.
Yeah, that's a damn short list you got. I know that. Yo, Wanda Mo, when she says she got short list, that your whole homie, that list is like less than a page.
That list might be one handful.
Yeah, right. It's like less than goddamn five fingers. Yeah, that. Me and I'm happy, bro. I can sleep real good tonight. Mine got me on short list. I don't know about your other food, but she got me on short list. I'm good. I'm good.
Well, good night. I'll see you around.
Okay, you have a best night. Keep it up. Wherever you need spot talk, I'm here.
I know I could find you. Have
All
a
right.
good one.
All right. Night. Now, family, you just heard from the lovely Mongomo Justice. It's great. It takes a certain turn, but it came out good. And I can say, let's build. On that note, get